Hey, what's going on everybody? It is iAppleGeek3. Today I'll be reviewing Apple's iPhone SE, which is supposed to be Apple's mid-cycle iPhone. Remember guys, this is not the iPhone 7 and it's not trying to be. But for some reason, Apple has decided to call it the iPhone Special Edition, or the iPhone SE. It's a very weird name, especially considering that it looks almost exactly the same as the iPhone 5S released 2 years ago. If we take a closer look at these two devices, and even on paper, they're not any different in terms of size or shape or even weight. And with the current smartphone market going towards larger screens, why is Apple going backwards with a 4-inch iPhone? But they seem to have a good reason to do this, because not a lot of good Android phones that are this size are on the market. So they wanted to make an affordable phone, but what are the costs? First of all, let's take a look at the screen. This is where Apple cut its first corner with this device. There is no screen upgrade. It's the exact same front panel as the one on the iPhone 5S. Now don't get me wrong, the display is still very clear, as you guys can see right here. Now obviously it's not quite as advanced as the ones in the new iPads, but then again, the iPhones don't have that yet either. We'll have to see that later in the year with the iPhone 7. The hardware on the iPhone SE is again nothing new. It has the processor from the iPhone 6s, so that is good news because the iPhone 6s is extremely fast. Now, the iPhone SE is missing one major feature that the iPhone 6s has, and that is 3D Touch. And I've been using this phone for about 2 months now, and I really don't miss 3D Touch. Another thing where Apple kind of cut corners is the front camera. The front-facing camera kind of sucks. When compared to the iPhone 6s camera, this thing is like 1.2 megapixels, whereas the iPhone 6s has a 5 megapixel front-facing camera. Now, it still has all the software features like live photos and front flash, so that's a plus. Now, one more thing that the iPhone SE lacks from the iPhone 6s is the second generation Touch ID sensor on the home button. It still has the first generation, but I think something was done to it because it's still very fast, as you guys can see here. And I really don't have any complaints about it because it doesn't just log in when I touch the button like it does on the 6s, and that can be really annoying. If you were to pick this phone up and use it for a while, like take pictures or browse social media, you really wouldn't notice a big difference when it comes to usability. I mean, day to day, this thing rocks. This thing is fast. I mean, playing casual games or playing slightly more intense games or whatever, it handles everything so smoothly. It's hard to find a task that this device cannot handle. I remember how excited I was when Apple announced the iPhone 6s with a brand new camera shooter. And I expected the iPhone SE to really have, you know, the last generation camera or whatever. But no, Apple decided to put the whole package into this phone. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the quality of this camera and you decide how well it does. Now, I do agree in low light, this camera is definitely not the best. But then again, if you can't see 2 feet in front of your face, you probably shouldn't be taking pictures. So as you guys can see, the camera is actually pretty good, at least in my opinion. Now, I decided to show you these clips before I gave you the specs to this camera because compared to some other phones out there on the market, this camera does not seem like much. I mean, 12 megapixels when compared to like 21 or 47, it's not a whole lot. But I can tell you, it is definitely not the worst camera, and for its price, it's a great shooter. Now, another thing I often hear people whine about online is the iPhone SE's size. I mean, why didn't they make it bigger? Why didn't this? Why didn't that? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, if you don't want a smaller phone, go ahead, pay the extra $250 and get the bigger one. If you're an iPhone 5S user and you're thinking about upgrading, this phone is a great choice. It has really the main features of the flagship iPhone 6S, but in a smaller shell, which in my opinion looks a whole lot better than that aluminum casing on the iPhone 6 and 6S. And things like typing or two-handed usage, I mean, it's all familiar to iPhone 5S users. And for those who already upgraded to a bigger phone, I mean, do you really want to downgrade to a smaller phone? Ask yourself that. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took a lot of editing and traveling to get all the data I needed for this video, but I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you found it informative. Anyways guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. One-handed typing is that. Why are you spamming me right now? Why are you? Stop. Just stop. And if you're coming from an iPhone 5S, doing things like typing won't really. You know what? I really should not use this clip. Let's just get rid of